नंदिनी, आप सुन पा रहे हैं? नंदिनी,
हाँ जी सर।
अराउंड 200 प्लस फैकल्टी और साइंटिस्ट ने ज्वाइन कर लिया है। 200 प्लस। ठीक है। रेस्ट ऑफ द जो पार्टिसिपेंट्स हैं वो ज्वाइन करते रहेंगे। तब तक आप अपना ऑडियो और वीडियो एक बार देख लीजिए। फिर विद इन अ मिनट आप मॉडरेटिंग स्टार्ट करिए, जो इंट्रोडक्शन वाला पार्ट है। ठीक है।
ठीक है सर। सर क्लियर है ऑडियो वीडियो?
हाँ, क्लियर है ऑडियो वीडियो। एक फाइनल रिमाइंडर का मैसेज आप पार्टिसिपेंट्स के ग्रुप में कर दो कि हम अटेंडेंस लेने जा रहे हैं, और ये फाइनल रिमाइंडर है। इसके बाद हम अटेंडेंस को एक्नॉलेज नहीं करेंगे।
सर काफी लोगों ने हमें यूट्यूब से भी ज्वाइन किया है, जो जूम से नहीं ज्वाइन कर पा रहे हैं, तो रिमेनिंग पार्टिसिपेंट्स आर देयर।
कोई बात नहीं, आप अपने किसी कैंडिडेट को लगा दीजिए जो वहां अटेंडेंस देख सके। ठीक है।
जी सर,
ठीक है,
देख रहे
आप स्टार्ट करिए। ठीक है।
हैं। सर आ गए हैं?
हाँ, सर आ गए हैं। सर ने ज्वाइन कर लिया। सर।
A warm welcome to the day 13 of the International Winter School Bharat 2025. Today's program features Dr. P.K. Rai, Director ICR, National Institute of Biotic Stress Management, Raipur, a distinguished plant pathologist and former director of ICR Directorate of Rapeseed Mustard Research. So, good evening, everyone, to all respected dignitaries, eminent speakers, mentors, and the participants from India and abroad. It is a pleasure to welcome you all to the day 13 of International Winter School Bharat 2025, where we spotlight translational science for resilient farmer centric agriculture. On the behalf of AgriMeet Foundation Bharat and UGC MMTTC Jodhpur, thank you for joining this knowledge driven platform committed to advancing research, awareness, and training across crop science and allied disciplines. The Winter School brings together ICR institutes, universities, and partners to share best practices in genetics, breeding, stress management, sustainable intensification for Indian and global agronomics ecosystems. This form emphasizes policy research, linkages, and institutional coordination, reflecting national priorities in climate resilience and stress mitigation across crops and regions. It is an honor to welcome you, Sir. Dr. P.K. Rai serves as a Director ICR Raipur and previously led ICR DRMR guiding national programs on rapeseed mustard improvement, stress management, and value chain strengthening. A seasoned scientist and administrator, he has built collaborations with state agriculture universities and ICR institutes, expanded seed and technology hubs, and supported demonstrations from Northeast to Bundelkhand and other target geographies. Dr. Rai's research spans epidemiology and integrated management of major diseases, including white rust and sclerotinia rot in Indian mustard, alongside work on alternaria blight, drought, heat tolerance, and trait specific germplasm development. He has continued to the development of Indian mustard varieties, validated marker assisted approaches for disease resistance, and published extensively in national and international journals. Under his leadership at DRMR, the coordinated project was strengthened through restructuring new programs in crop improvement and protection. Demonstrations of post harvest value addition, such as mini oil expellers, strategic linkages enable seed hub establishment across multiple states, improving local access to quality seeds and accelerating varietal deployment for farmers. His professional recognitions include fellowships and society awards acknowledging excellence in plant pathology, Brassica, research, and institutional leadership within the ICR network. These honors reflect sustained contribution to research translation, capacity building, and system wide coordination for oilseed crop advancement. We are honored to welcome Dr. P.K. Rai sir to the day 13 of Bharat 2025 and look forward to insights on integrated biotic stress management, genomics informed resistance breeding, and other of his work. Also, policy research, convergence for resilient value chains. So, ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming Dr. P.K. Rai, sir. Over to you. The session is yours, sir.
Oh, thank you, Nandini, for giving beautifully this introduction. And I congratulate the organizers and especially Ankur Sharma and Rohit Thakur and all your team that you are doing such an excellent efforts. And I am seeing that 222 participants are there. And as you was mentioning that some of are on the YouTube also. So this shows how much coverage is of this winter school, particularly this Agri-Meet Bharat 2025. And in fact, I never delivered any lecture to such a large gathering. Actually, what happened, winter school, and Ankur, congratulations to you and
Thank you,
your
sir.
entire team. Because actually what happens some in winter schools, this number of participants are very restricted, 120, 20, 25 like that. So this online platform in fact has given this opportunity to link a large number of actually participants. My slide is visible?
नहीं सर, स्लाइड अभी विजिबल नहीं है, आप प्लीज शेयर करिए सर उसको.
अच्छा, शेयर नहीं हुआ है. Okay,
नहीं
okay.
अभी.
So actually, today's because this winter school normally it happens for this scientific type of things and all that. So today I thought that I would share some of the experiences, particularly the this developmental and this technology dissemination approaches. Is it visible?
यस सर, आप इसको प्लीज स्लाइड शेयर मोड पे. हाँ, बहुत बढ़िया सर, बहुत बेहतरीन, बहुत अच्छा.
So today what I thought that I should discuss only my experiences with this particularly this rapeseed mustard. And as we all know that the country is almost deficient in this edible oil production, and more than 50% of our requirement is met through the import. And whatever we are importing, particularly the major share is of the this palm oil. And we know that palm oil is not good for the health as far as Indian conditions are concerned, because in Malaysia, Indonesia, and all those countries where palm plantation is fairly in large scale, and they are exporting the this palm oil. There is restriction of using one time this palm oil. One time use is this is it. But in Indian context, if we see our actually cooking conditions and all that, so we normally use the several times the oil, particularly the street side vendors. They those who are making the kachori and samosa and all that. So they use the oil in the this pan karai. They put oil, and when oil is quantity is reducing, then they pour excess that some additional oil. So continuous heating actually of this oil. It is not with this particularly with the case with the this palm oil. It is with the all other edible oil also. So whatever we are eating from the street vendor, actually it's highly poisonous. Looking to the practice they are following. And nowadays in the country, several type of actually problems are coming up. Health problems are coming up, and sometimes doctor are even they are unable to diagnose some of the problems. And that is, in my opinion, I may be wrong, but it is my firm opinion that oil is playing a very, very crucial role in all these problems. because in everybody use some quantity, lesser or greater quantity of oil per day in the cooking. So in my opinion, the conditions and the practices which we follow in Indian conditions using the oil for different purposes, whether making in sabji, it's okay, but in all other things, mainly we use this oil twice, thrice, like that. So coming to the actually this as I was saying that our availability of this edible oil in the country is very less. If you look at this, the net availability from all sources, whether it is primary sources or secondary sources. Primary sources includes all 7 edible oil crops which is being cultivated in the country. And secondary sources are tree-borne oil and rice bran and this palm oil. This is all considered in the secondary source of oil, edible oil. So including all primary and secondary sources, this is a green bar. It is showing this net availability from the domestic actually front. And this red one is showing the import. So you can see that import, it is hovering about sometimes about 14 million tons. And it crossed this barrier 2020-23. It goes up to 16.47 million ton of the import. So this is yellow bar. It is showing our actually this total consumption. So obviously the total consumption is met out by the domestic this availability, primary as well as secondary sources, and rest of the quantity we are meeting out through the import. And large amount of money is going outside for importing this edible oil. This is simultaneously, we are one side, we are importing the edible oil, but the situation is somehow different for the seed meal. If we look at the export of seed meal, then here we can see that rapeseed mustard seed meal export. This is quantity in lakh tons. So it was about 36.8 lakh. This was during this 2021, and this gradually increased up to 23-24. This is total this scenario, but as far as rapeseed seed meal export is concerned, it was highest during 2022-23, that is 22.97 lakh tons. So coming to the this scenario of edible oil, this share of the edible oil actually in area as well as production. Here we can see that this as far as area is concerned, this soybean having maximum area, that is 44.8% of the total actually edible oil crops being grown in the country, and followed by this rapeseed mustard, that is 23.24, and the rest of the crops are groundnut, and other crops are there. This is castor and all that, linseed. I have included this castor as well as linseed, which are non-edible actually, these. And rest of the 7 are edible. So coming to the production side, so total production, it is coming maximum from the soybean, 35.08%. Whereas from mustard, it is 28.40%. But if we look at the contribution of edible oil to national oil basket, then the contribution of rapeseed mustard exceeds soybean, because in the soybean, we hardly get 18% oil. Whereas in rapeseed mustard, the oil content is about roughly about 40%. Most of the varieties are producing 39 and 41% containing the edible oil. And if we go for the recovery of this oil, so in expellers, mechanical expellers, 5 to 6% oil remains in the cake. And that further extracted using the solvent extraction process by the solvent extractors and this is. So looking to this and our contribution of edible oil, not the oil seed oil, it is maximum coming from the rapeseed mustard. That is roughly about 36% we are contributing to the edible oil basket of the country. So coming to this rapeseed mustard production 10, I joined this Indian Institute of Rapeseed Mustard Research as principal scientist in 2009. And in 2017, I assumed the charge of director. And before that, I was seeing every time director's presentation. So it was said that the area is, at that time, area was hovering about 5.5 million hectare and some points plus minus 2 lakh hectare area. And it was said every time from different platforms that it is very difficult to increase the area under this rapeseed mustard cultivation. And similar was the statement for the production also. So you look, this was this I have included this last 5 years data during which I was leading this crop and this institute, and through AICRP All India Coordinated Research Project also I was looking the this entire rapeseed mustard production and area enhancement and all that. So you can see here that gradually, and of course, this COVID, this pandemic, this has contributed a lot, because during COVID and post-COVID, what happened? The consumers, a class of consumers emerged for the quality oil, and the rates of this edible oils were very high, particularly of the mustard. So that encouraged the farmers to grow more and more rapeseed mustard, and this you can see 6.86 million hectare to 9.12 million hectare area. So there was quantum jump during this 5 years period. Almost you can say to more than 2 million hectare, 20 lakh, 25 lakhs hectare area increased. And similar is the case with the production also. Gradually the production, and very interestingly, this productivity, you look at the data of productivity, all-time highest productivity was achieved during 2020-21. That is 1524 kg per hectare. This is the situation. And otherwise, this production was hovering during 2009. It was hovering about 900, 975, or sometimes this. And then in, I think in 2009-10, it was about 1,000 something like kg per hectare. So almost 150% increase, मतलब 1.5 गुना, 1.5 times actually productivity increased. So coming to this rapeseed mustard, which is the actually topic of today's talk, how we can increase this rapeseed mustard production and productivity and area also. So look at this actually diagram where you can see that as well this for the in respect of area as well as production. Rajasthan is the leading state. And if you look at Rajasthan, Madhya Pradesh, Uttar Pradesh, Haryana, West Bengal, Jharkhand, Assam, and Gujarat, almost 97% area is coming from these major states only. And similar is the case with the production also. So these states, 6-7 states, they are contributing maximum to the rapeseed mustard production and productivity. So when I assumed the charge of director in 2017, then I thought that these states like Rajasthan, Madhya Pradesh, and Haryana, sometimes in 2084-85, during 2084-85, highest area and production of rapeseed mustard was coming from Uttar Pradesh. But gradually this rice wheat cropping system, this has taken this entire land into this Indo-Gangetic plain and all those areas, eastern Uttar Pradesh and all that. And gradually this area as well as production of this rapeseed mustard decreased in that particular area. And Rajasthan assumed the major actually share in the area as well as production. So I thought that it is better to concentrate in those states where there is enough scope. So we started concentrating on the eastern Uttar Pradesh particularly, and somehow West Bengal and Jharkhand, and particularly Jharkhand, and then eastern state like Assam and other states also. And that resulted a very substantial actually increase in the area as well as the production. Because these other states are where the saturated, the area was defined for certain crops, rabi crops. So it was very difficult. But in rice fallow area, and at that time when I assumed the charge, before that I used to hear from different platforms that India is having 11.67 million hectare rice fallow area and targeting rice fallow. Still, it is a program of the government of India, this Ministry of Agriculture, which is going on. But no substantial actually growth was achieved by those programs. So we started doing small efforts, particularly in Jharkhand through tribal sub-plant program, and in Assam we entered doing the MAU as a consultant in APART program, Assam Agribusiness and Rural Transformation Project. So we were one of the actually this partner in that program, and I have included that also, the success story of Assam, how we got. Ankur ji, Ankur,
जी सर, जी सर, जी
how
सर।
much time you have allotted to me
सर
actually?
बिल्कुल जितना आप ले सकते हैं सर, हम कौन होते हैं आपको टाइम देने वाले, मालिक आप जितना चाहे ले सकते हैं।
नहीं तो ऑडियंस भी है भाई, तो थोड़ा सा
जी जी।
actually if it is not interesting then I will cut short, but I will
नहीं
try.
बिल्कुल सर इंटरेस्टिंग है। आप 8 बजे तक आराम से जा सकते हैं, 7:45 8
I
बजे
will
तक।
try to make it very interesting, because
जी
it's
जी
a
जी
sort
जी।
of thing which is actually in the country is required, actually dedicated efforts. If you are dealing with any of the community, unless until there is dedicated efforts, you can't get the success. So this was the whole idea behind that. And we not only supported with the seed, with the other inputs, but also we tried to establish the value chain in the form of establishing the mini oil expellers of the 3 ton per day capacity. And when I left Bharatpur in this March 2025, till then, I have established about 45 mini oil expellers in different parts, particularly in northeastern states and all those areas, Jharkhand and all that. Just to encourage and just to make the rapeseed mustard cultivation sustainable. Because if you are actually popularizing any of the community in any area, new community in any area, so to get it sustainable, one has to do the efforts, either find out or develop the market for that produce, or somehow develop the value chain. So market development was not in the hand of the institute. But as far as value chain development is concerned, in different programs, we were having the money, small money, and we try to establish these as much many as possible, these oil expellers. And there are certain success story also. This Malda KVK, where we have provided 2 oil expellers. Initially, we provided 1 oil expeller, so they form the self-help groups of the SC women, and then they got this FSSI, this certification of their produce, and they started making this this bottling and selling the mustard oil. So looking to that, they demanded another oil expellers. We established that second one there. And likewise in Ranchi, Ramakrishna Mission KVK, that is in Ranchi. And they have also followed the same pattern, and they established it in the, that mode. And they are also producing this mustard oil, a branded one, and FSSI approved. So the consumers are also getting benefit. They are getting the quality product at the doorstep, and the farmers who are cultivating the mustard, they are encouraged. They are getting the remunerated. This is actually situation of this actual situation 2022-24. This is about this our population and our consumption. Here you can see the consumption is a very high. As per WHO recommendations, per person per annum consumption should be around 11-12 kg, but we are consuming 23.5 kg per person per annum, this much quantity. And the oilseed mission, Government of India has included this awareness component also in that, to make the consumers aware that they should use less amount of oil. In that way also we can reduce the burden on the import. And this is the requirement and consumption of this all. I have shown that edible oil production from primary sources, secondary sources. I mentioned that primary sources are the 7 edible oils, and secondary sources are rice bran, palm oil, and tree-borne oil also comes under this category. So this is situation, and this requirement, you look at this actually. So by this 2029 and 30, we will be requiring this total oilseed production 69.7 million actually ton against 39.66 million ton at present. So almost 30 million ton we have to increase in the next 5 years. And similarly, if we look at the share of the rapeseed mustard, that is the 33%. So from present level of 13.16 million ton of production, we have to reach 23 million ton. And it is quite possible actually. It's not like that it is not possible. It is possible, because this crop has immense potential, because in certain parts the farmers are even today also they are harvesting more than 3.5 tons under ideal conditions. And average productivity, as you have seen, that is, it is hovering about the 1450 kg per hectare, or like 15 kg, 100 kg per hectare. So there is a big gap. And that gap can be filled with certain innovations and certain interventions also. So we are expecting that the rate by which the area is increasing, it would be 10.5 million hectare by 2029-30. And we have to increase the productivity from current level of 1443 kg per hectare to 2190 kg per hectare. So this is the strategy which is required actually. That is, one is area expansion, second is productivity enhancement, and then narrowing the yield gap. There is yield gap. Whatever the potential is variety is having, the farmers are not able to harvest that potential. So there is yield gap, and there is need to narrow down this yield gap. And enabling policies. Policy for the last 10-11 years, the government policy is supporting the entire this system. Every year the minimum support price has been increased to encourage the farmers to grow more oilseed crops, and then sustainable crop management strategies are also required. So this is I have done for certain states like Rajasthan, MP, UP, Haryana, West Bengal, Assam, Jharkhand. This is actually this all exercise we did at that time to get the to frame the strategic planning for the strategic planning. And there are certain this is a matrix showing how these districts are classified in different areas. Like you can see the low areas and the high productivity. These 22 districts where the productivity is very high, more than 1600 kg per hectare, but the area is very less. Here we have enough scope to increase the area because productivity is fairly high in those districts. So the thing is that area should be increased. Likewise, there are certain districts where the medium area is there and the productivity is very high, like this 22, another 22 districts where there is also need to increase the area, area in this rapeseed mustard. So these are the fairly good 12 districts where the area is also high and the productivity is also high. But then the case is with this high area, these 6 districts with very low productivity. Here there is requirement of some this popularization of different this cultivation and production technology in these 3 districts where area is high but productivity is very low. And these 12 districts also need some similar kind of interventions there also to increase the productivity. So district need strategic planning, area expansion, 44 districts, they require productivity enhancement, 18 districts, and area and productivity enhancement, fairly large number of districts, 72 districts. So in total, 134 districts we analyzed throughout the country. This is the what I was saying, that 11.67 million hectare rice fallow area is there. And this is the distribution. And as far as area expansion is concerned, there are three strategies which is to be required to be actually taken care of and implemented. One is tapping rice fallow area. As I was mentioning, that Government of India Agriculture Ministry is running this program targeting rice fallow area, TRA, and then intercropping with gram or your sugar cane and other crops also, we can increase this area, and expansion in traditional and non-traditional areas. There is need where in traditional areas and as well as in non-traditional areas where there is a large actually amount of this land is fallow after the kharif, particularly the rice crop, and there is a scope, and the fallow fell this after the crop which has been taken after rice is not so much remunerative. There also we can target to this popularize this rapeseed mustard cultivation. So these are the states where the rice fallow area is there, and there is requirement, particularly Eastern UP, Bihar, Jharkhand, West Bengal, Assam, Madhya Pradesh, and here where I am sitting, Chhattisgarh and Maharashtra. These are the states where the area is there, rice fallow area. And intercrops, it is old days, it was followed like gram and lentil, potato, wheat, pea, sugarcane, barley, linseed. With these crops, we can go for the intercropping in the different ratios actually. And in Rajasthan, UP, Punjab, West Bengal, Haryana, Gujarat, these are the traditional actually areas where rapeseed mustard is being cultivated. So there also we can try for further enhancement of area. And if we took the example of Rajasthan, sometimes the area under this rapeseed mustard cultivation in Rajasthan was about 30 lakh hectare. Now it has crossed 40 lakh hectares. So area is substantially increased there also in Rajasthan. So similar is the case with other traditional states. And in expansion in non-traditional area, particularly this Telangana, southern part, because we were conducting the frontline demonstration from Jagtial Center, which is under the Professor Jayasankar Telangana State University. One of the center is there in Jagtial. And there we were getting very actually encouraging results with this demonstration. So in Andhra Pradesh also, there is enough scope, and in Karnataka also, you can go for this. But their liking is non-pungent, and we have the varieties, non-pungent type, zero erucic, less erucic acid varieties or double low varieties are also available, which can be popularized in those southern states. So for bridging this yield gap, this is the situation. The existing yield gap for rapeseed mustard is around 26%. And this ranges from 22.4% least in Punjab and highest in Odisha, 209.4% yield gap is there. And with the adoption of available high-yielding varieties and matching agronomic practices, what we call it as good agronomic practices, and following the plant protections measures, and this yield gap can be substantially bridged. If the gap is reduced by from 26% at present to only 10% in the next 10 years, so additional 1.87 million ton of rapeseed mustard production can be harvested. So you can see here, there is a lot of potential. the thing is that a dedicated, continuous, sustainable type of efforts is required. So this is how this comparison of frontline demonstration, I try to make it like this. So this is this is narrowing the yield gap. That is the sustainable crop resource management, farm mechanization in mustard in the major areas like Rajasthan, Haryana, and Madhya Pradesh, and certain parts of Uttar Pradesh. Only the line sowing is done. Otherwise, it is being broadcasted. So farm mechanization is very, very least in rapeseed mustard cultivation. So we need to popularize not only for the sowing purposes, but also for the harvesting operations also. There is need to popularize this farm mechanization and requirement of location-specific bio-intensive integrated pest management strategies. When I was there in the Bharatpur, and we used to conduct this this pro pharma, this extension personals, we used to check the adoption level. So surprisingly, the least adoption level we always see either the farmers are attending the training or the extension personnel. The least farmers as well as extension personnel, they least bother about the this pest and disease management aspects. And we all know that almost more than 35% losses are there by different pests and diseases, not only in rapeseed mustard, in other crops also. And similarly, the case with other crops also. The farmers, always extension personnel, they least bother about the protection measures. And maximum adoption, always it is for the varieties. And demonstration, there is a need for the large scale demonstration and then capacity building also, particularly the extension personnels, they require the continuous trainings, the latest development in the area of crop improvement, crop production, crop protection in different crops, and so as with the rapeseed mustard also. Then extension machinery need to be strengthened, and this is benefits of all crop production, protection, and varieties. These all need to be demonstrated at large scale at the farmers' field so that we can demonstrate them. The power of the technologies, the power of these all sort of things, either it is crop production measures or it is the improved variety, how the varieties are performing, and what are those crop production measures, technologies which if used, we can enhance our production level. And we were proposing at least 6,000 and 10,000 FLDs and CFLDs every year, and farmers also required to be trained about the improved technologies, either organizing training, organizing Goshtis, Kisan Melas. And many of our participants in this winter school might be coming from the extension wing. They might be working in their own institution on the extension, this discipline. They need to look on this all aspects and extensive actually dissemination and information. And nowadays, we are using, when I was in Bharatpur, and still they are following that the institute was on Facebook, on YouTube, Twitter, and every electronic platform, social media platform we were using. And I started another program through Doordarshan, this Sarso school, this 30 minutes episode, each episode, 6 episodes. So this might be the 3rd or 4th season of this program. And school, this Sarso Shiksha school on radio Shiksha, that was also under the implementation, and this has completed now, I think 12-13 years, and 24 episodes at weekly interval throughout the season. We were getting it broadcasted from different All India radio stations situated in Rajasthan, Uttar Pradesh, Madhya Pradesh, like that. So this is another aspect, improved technologies, hybrids with the high seed and oil yield potential. This is need to be popularized. And multi-adversities resistant varieties. This need to be popularized, and particularly we are having the varieties. Seedling stage heat tolerant varieties for central India. And during my leadership, as we worked aggressively in Bundelkhand region also. And if somebody is from Bundel, that region, he can see that during the last 5 years, a lot of improvement has been done as far as in this respect. And we established one coordinated center at RLBCU Jhansi, and I also make sure, and we established a seed hub also there to make the quality seed available in that particular area. And in southern Rajasthan also, we are having the varieties, seedling stage, heat tolerant, Gujarat, Chhattisgarh. Here, there is late harvesting of rice, and for that purpose, and there is the onset of summers very early. So these areas need this type of variety, and of course, we are having the varieties and early maturing and heat tolerant varieties, particularly under the late sown condition for eastern and northeastern regions, and there we are having DRMR 150-35 variety, and earlier we were having NRC SB 101, and some private sectors players are also working there, and some of the varieties are there, which is maturing in 100 days. So, and another aspect is nutrient use efficient, particularly sulfur acquisition efficient varieties are required, and having the with the enhanced water productivity, because sulfur is a component which is a nutrient which is highly required, since rapeseed mustard is a oilseed crop, and sulfur plays a very vital role not only in increasing the seed yield but also the oil yield. So and we blanket recommend, that's why, because farmers are very reluctant in using these type of actually fertilizers. They go for NPK management only. So we were popularizing, and we popularize this. Instead of using DAP, you use single super phosphate, where some amount of this sulfur is there. So by using single super phosphate, sulfur requirement is fulfilled. 250 kg per hectare if farmers are applying, then 40 kg, almost 40 kg sulfur is coming from that. So this fulfills the requirement of the crop. And this enabling environment, and this modernization of processing unit, because in the rural areas, still farmers are using this colos now. Mechanical expellers are available, electric driven mechanical expellers, and there are provision to minimize the this oil which is going in the seed mill, and discouraging the import of cheap edible oil. Of course, it's a policy matter, and government is looking on this. Liberalization of small scale oil processing, this processing sector. This is actually area where intervention is required from government side, and byproduct in efficient and economic way. How best we can utilize the byproduct, because mustard is somewhere it is in Rajasthan, somehow it was used to by the brick industry for the breaking of this bricks actually. So that is again creating the pollution hazard. So now some players are coming up to making the bricks of this straw and all that. So minimum support price, of course, government is enhancing the prices every year. And linkages, market linkage is very, very important for the realization of better prices, so that the farmers could be encouraged to grow the oil seeds in general and rapeseed mustard in particular. So these are certain specific strategies which are required, just like that increasing SSR, seed replacement rate from 67%. It is fairly high, of course, in the mustard, but it need to be further improved to 80%. And this was, we have actually designed this strategy way back, and we achieved this by 2025-26. And we got this achievement and promotion of soil and water conservation techniques, capacity buildings, master trainers, farmers, facilitators, showcasing the technology, demonstration, value addition. These all are important actually strategies which need to be implied, and additional area and production of oilseed. This needs a special kind of projects. And this specific strategies in this maintenance and optimum plant population. This is very important because line sowing, as I mentioned, that is line sowing is followed in 2-3 states only. So this line sowing, by line sowing, we can actually optimize the plant population. In that way, there is yield enhancement. It is observed actually. When instead of broadcasting, if we go for this line sowing, this 35% yield improvement is there, and it also reduces the seed rate. And soil test-based fertilizer management, soil health card is there, and bare minimum use of this actually facility has been there in the country using the soil health card, and that is scheme. Actually, farmers are not taking advantage. And if this soil health card and soil and health test-based fertilizer management is done, then we can reduce this particularly nitrogen requirement up to 50%. So use of biofertilizers, of course, nowadays there are consortia available, microbial consortia for different nutrient management, as well as some abiotic stress management also. And we have tested this some of the consortia from MOU Institute for the drought management in this mitigation in rapeseed mustard, and the results were very good. So need is to make these consortia available at to the farmers at large scale, and those institutes which are having this type of products, they must go for making the agreement with the private sector, because government ICAR Institute are not having that much capacity to go for the commercial production of these kind of microbial consortia, as well as the biocontrol agents or whatever is available in these institutes. Commercial level production facilities are not available because ICAR Institute, by and large, they are meant for the research only. So crop residue recycling is essential, and I mentioned earlier there's farm mechanization is another strategy, and for that government has established custom hiring centers, and more custom hiring centers need to be established in the different parts of the country, so that the farmers could get the this farm implements, major implements easily available for their use. And this adequate NPK as per the soil test, and then balanced nutrition with sulfur for all oil seeds, and especially the boron. Boron is also boron and zinc. These are the two micronutrients which are very, very essential. And sometimes some of our participants might have seen that in the mustard pod, you'll find at the tip of the pod, 2-3 seeds are less developed, or very actually this is empty type this pod, and that is that happens because of the boron deficiency only. So boron application, 10 kg borax per hectare application is sufficient, and 25 kg zinc sulfate. This again fulfill the requirement, and besides this sulfur. So by that way only we can increase up to 25% our this yield. And this another thing is irrigation. If there is, we always propagate this information among the farmers. If the farmer is having only one irrigation facility, then give it at the critical stage. That is 30 to 35 days of sowing. And if he is having two irrigation, then one at critical stage, that is 30 to 35, even 40 days up to of the stage, and second one is about 60 to 70 days period. So this increases the yield substantially. These are the some farm implement which are need to be popularized, and these are the trade specific varieties of Indian mustard which are available. And every year we are developing the 4-5 varieties, and they are all notified. And these are available for different, like high temperature tolerant, less so, drought tolerant, rain-fed areas, and salinity tolerant varieties are also there. They are CS 50S, 60, 62, 64. This is the series of varieties are in large number of varieties are available. Quality mustard varieties are also available, and varieties are available for non-traditional areas. This short duration varieties. And these are number of last 10 years, because Government of India and Department of Agriculture and Farmer Welfare has decided that the only less than 10 years varieties will be taken to the farmers field. So these fairly large number of varieties are available, which has been developed during the last 10 years for different states. So there is no dearth of the varieties, high yielding varieties. The only thing is to make available the seed to the farmers. Whichever variety is required in which location, it should reach to the farmers. And as I was just mentioning that this is a actually case study, that is Assam, where we entered in a actually project where my institute under my leadership was providing consultancy services to the area society in a project, World Bank funded project, Assam Agri-Business and Rural Transformation Project. So we were providing the expertise for the mustard cultivation as well as value chain support, and to the this government of this Assam Agriculture Department. And then we are also providing the support for the large scale demonstration, crop demonstration, technical training to the stakeholders, farmers fair organizing and exposure visits for the extension functionaries and farmers, and training manuals, video film, mobile app, extension literature, all sort of actually these activities which is required to popularize the mustard. We did it. And we were operating in 15 districts, and we have made 45 clusters of these 15 districts. So this was the situation actually during 2016-17 up to 2020-21. This was situation actually in the state. When we enter in 2020, we signed the MOU with the area society, and that data 4 years, after 4 years, this your area under this rapeseed mustard cultivation, it went to 3.5 lakh hectare. And the production also crossed 2.5 actually lakh tons. And surprisingly, the productivity, which was 647 kg per hectare, it reached up to 780 kg per hectare. So this was the achievement of this project. And still we are continuing with this NES component, through NES component, Northeastern Hill, this component. And we have signed the MOU with now, before leaving this place, I signed the MOU with the Assam Agriculture University for this promotion of rapeseed mustard after rice fellow. So this was this overall performance of crop demonstration. Here we can see that improved practices, and this is the farmers' practices. And this in terms of monetary return as well as yield increase over the farmer practices, 58.8%, and monetary this benefit was also enhanced. And this is the overall this overall average performance of the different varieties which we use there. So we used this one Toria varieties TS38, and rest of the varieties were Indian mustard like DRMR 150-35, PM28, and RCSB 101. So this is the situation actually as far as varieties are concerned. And this is the performance of different varieties under rain-fed situation. Because in Assam, some of the areas are rain-fed actually. So under rain-fed conditions, we saw this maximum actually yield increase over the farmer practices was with the PM28 varieties. So this was very fairly good varieties. So this was all about my experiences. And besides this, I was intended to include that our success story in Jharkhand, where I assumed the charge of director in 2017, then from 2017-18, this crop season, and still that program is going on under the tribal sub-component. I decided, because before that we were implementing this tribal sub-plan sometimes in Jharkhand, sometimes in Bihar. We are not in this northeastern states where the tribal population is there. Then I decided that, well, we will do continuously in certain areas, and we selected the district in Jharkhand: Ranchi, East Singhbhumi, West Singhbhumi, Gumla, Lohardaga, and Latehar. So 6 districts we started working, and still that program is going on. And during 2016-17, one can see that area under rapeseed mustard cultivation in these 6 districts were about 25,000 hectare area. And after 4 years, in 2024, we analyzed that, and 2021-22, this reached up to 74,000 hectare area. And the crop, Jharkhand was known as the very actually minor state, having the 2.73 lakh hectare area during 2016-17. But now the Jharkhand is one of the leading state, having more than 4 lakh hectare area under the rapeseed mustard cultivation. So that was another success story where we got success in popularizing rapeseed mustard in the Jharkhand state. And that was only because there are some traditional districts where some amount of rapeseed mustard are being grown, and that is the neighboring districts to the Bihar only. But we chosen the central Jharkhand and this other part of the Jharkhand where rapeseed mustard cultivation was not done. Initially, very few fields were there where rapeseed mustard was grown. So we started, and that was the reason why this quantum jump was observed in terms of area as well as production of rapeseed mustard. So this was entire actually talk, and this is all based on my actually experiences while working with the rapeseed mustard crop, and no science I dealt here. Well, thank you very much.
बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद सर। रेपसीड एंड मस्टर्ड पर बेहतरीन लेक्चर आपने दिया, अपने आप में एक सेल्फ एक्सप्लेनेटरी लेक्चर, जहां आपने क्वेश्चन की कोई गुंजाइश ही नहीं छोड़ी। और मैं तो बड़े फक्र से कहूंगा कि सर रेपसीड एंड मस्टर्ड में जहां नाम आता है तो सम्मान से आपका नाम लिया जाता है।
तो हमारे पार्टिसिपेंट साइड से कोई भी क्वेश्चन है, कोई भी क्वेरी है देना
जी, जो भी पार्टिसिपेंट्स इस पर्टिकुलर पीपीटी पर्टिकुलर टॉपिक या मस्टर्ड्स पे कोई उनकी क्वेरी है, तो आप ये समझ लो कि मस्टर्ड के बृहस्पति से आप बात कर रहे हैं। आप अपने आप को अनम्यूट करके अपना 1-to-1 क्वेश्चन पूछ सकते हैं प्लीज। और एडमिन से रिक्वेस्ट है कि आप सबको परमिशन दें।
हेलो सर, गुड इवनिंग।
हाँ, गुड इवनिंग।
सर, मेरा नाम कुंजी बिहारी त्रिपाठी है, मैं गोरखपुर उत्तर प्रदेश से बिलोंग करता हूँ।
हाँ
सर, मेरा क्वेश्चन है कि हम कैसे ईस्टर्न यूपी में जो सरसों का प्रोडक्शन है मस्टर्ड का, उसको कैसे बढ़ाया जाए और जो वर्तमान में समस्याएं आ रही हैं।
देखिए ऐसा है
कि
हाँ, मैं मुझे सुन पा रहे हैं ना आप? हेलो।
यस सर।
हाँ,
यस सर, आवाज आ रही है।
हाँ, मेरी आवाज आ रही है। गोरखपुर से, जैसा मैंने बताया था कि ईस्टर्न यूपी अप टू 1984-85 हाईएस्ट एरिया एंड प्रोडक्शन वाज कमिंग फ्रॉम दिस उत्तर प्रदेश. So gradually what happened, this other crops like rice and then in Rabi wheat has emerged as a major crop, because वो टाइम था जो आपको फूड ग्रेन में सस्टेनेबिलिटी अचीव करना था, उसकी वजह से कम हुआ. लेकिन ड्यूरिंग माई टेन्योर एज डायरेक्टर we were actually receiving several requests for the seed from your Gorakhpur itself, from Krishi Vigyan Kendra and other individual farmers. So the area that is Gorakhpur area and all those eastern UP area has very, very ideal conditions for the rapeseed mustard cultivation. जो सबसे प्रॉब्लम की चीज है उसमें एक दो है. एक तो आपका जो गोरखपुर में राइस का जो काफी एरिया है, तो wherever we are popularizing in other states also this rapeseed mustard cultivation under rice fallow area, we are educating to use these short duration or medium duration rice varieties so that the rice could be harvested. latest by the first actually week of the November, or latest by first fortnight, say second week, so that because as you go on delaying the mustard cultivation and sowing, the yield level get reduced. सो एक तो वो प्रॉब्लम, दूसरी कुछ प्रॉब्लम्स हैं आपकी डिजीज की, से फॉर एग्जांपल और स्क्लेरोटिनिया रॉट. Now it has emerged a major disease throughout this actually in many states. So that problem is there, and for that we always recommend wherever there is the problem of sclerotinia rot, invariably you use this seed treatment with your carbendazim, that is Bevestin or carbendazim, that is, and then if in spite of seed treatment, if the disease is coming, then go for at least 1 or 2 spraying with this, and particularly prophylactic spray, because once this sclerotinia appears in the field, it is very difficult to control it and manage it with the fungicidal spray. So it is better to spray the crop, because this petal shedding जो होता है, petal जो गिरता है ऊपर से, petal shedding and petal is the most preferred actually substrate for this fungus. तो वहां से होता है, तो दैट स्टेज इज अराउंड 60 to 70 days स्टेज. सो गिव वन प्रोफाइलेक्टिक स्प्रे बोलते हैं एंटीसिपेशन में. डिजीज आई नहीं है, बट वी आर एंटीसिपेटिंग दैट द क्लाइमेटिक कंडीशंस आर फेवरेबल, और थोड़ा सा हैजी हो रहा है, कोहरा पड़ रहा है, थोड़ा टेम्परेचर लो है, so there is possibility to this actually onset or outbreak of disease. तो हम एक प्रोफाइलेक्टिक एक एडवांस में स्प्रे देते हैं, तो that is very very actually effective.
बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद सर.
नेक्स्ट पार्टिसिपेंट प्लीज.
सर मैं कृष्ण पदा गुप्ता बोल रहा था, वेस्ट बंगाल से. गुड इवनिंग सर.
हाँ हाँ,
तो
बताइए. वेस्ट
सर
बंगाल में तो हमने बहुत काम किया है भाई. आपके सरगाछी में जो रामाकृष्ण मिशन का केवीके है, मालदा में भी
हाँ
हमने काम किया है.
हाँ सर. तो सर मुझे आज का टॉपिक सुन के बहुत अच्छा लगा, तो इसके बारे में थोड़ा कुछ बोलना चाहता हूँ, जो मेरा
हाँ
पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू है.
हाँ
तो सर जो आपने मास्टर्ड के लिए बात किया, जो झारखंड हुआ, छत्तीसगढ़ हुआ, और वेस्ट बंगाल का जो बॉर्डर है, तीन तीन डिस्ट्रिक्ट है, वो भी पड़ता है उसी ये में आपका. सेम जो बोल रहे हैं आप, तो जो मास्टर्ड का बोल रहे थे, तो मास्टर्ड में सर मुझे तीन चीज लगा जो आप बोल रहे थे. मैं थोड़ा फार्मर का पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू बताता हूँ. तो यहाँ पे जो वेराइटी चाहिए, जैसे पेडी के बाद क्यों मास्टर्ड हो रहा है, क्योंकि सर यहाँ पे बारिश उतना नहीं होता है, ज्यादातर
हाँ
अभी भी रेन फेड ही है. तो यहाँ पे सर जो वेराइटीज है सर, वो तो चाहिए ड्रॉट रेजिस्टेंस, लो इनपुट लगे, और क्लाइमेट रेजिलियंट हो. ये तीन चीज मुझे लगा जो होना चाहिए सर.
हाँ. तो
और
इसमें जैसे आप जो बता रहे हैं ना, जैसे मुर्शिदाबाद और वो सब पूरा जो डिस्ट्रिक्ट
हाँ
और वो एरिया है,
हाँ
तो
सर.
ये जो PM28 वैरायटी थी, PM28, ये
यस सर.
कंपैरेटिवली जो है ना, ये ड्राउट टॉलरेंट भी है. दैट इज द रीजन व्हाई दिस PM28 हैज गॉट मैक्सिमम एरिया एक्चुअली इन वेस्ट बंगाल. तो एक
हाँ
तो
सर.
कारण ये, और ये थोड़ा सा शार्ट मतलब ड्यूरेशन भी 110 डेज के आसपास, 110 to 115 डेज में ये हो जाता है. दूसरी वेराइटी जो हम लोगों ने बाद में दिया, DRMR 150-35, 150 days 35,
यस
तो
सर.
ये वेराइटी भी जो है ना, वो 110 डेज के आसपास हो जाता है. और ये भी जो है ना ड्राउट को, क्योंकि हमारे जो टेस्टिंग करते हैं हम वेराइटीज का, जो ऑल इंडिया कोऑर्डिनेटेड प्रोजेक्ट में, तो डिफरेंट जोन्स हमने बना रखा था. तो ये आपका वेस्ट बंगाल भी हमारे हिसाब से जोन 5 में आता है. तो जोन 5 के लिए ही रिलीज वैरायटी है ये DRMR 150-10-45. तो ये जो आपका सीड हब है हमारा, जो सरगाछी में जो रामकृष्ण मिशन का जो है ना
यस सर.
आपका,
यस सर. हाँ सर.
तो वहां पे हमारा एक सीड हब है. तो दैट सीड हब सम विश्वास, डॉक्टर विश्वास इज देयर, के हेड. तो वो वहां से जो है ना, ये काफी और 100 NRCS 101 भी पहले काफी अच्छी डिमांड थी उसकी. तो वहां पे वो सीड प्रोडक्शन ले रहे हैं. और एक्चुअली आई प्रिपेयर्ड अनदर एक्चुअली प्रोग्राम वर्थ ₹173 crore. बहुत मेगा प्रोजेक्ट था, एंड दैट वाज टारगेटिंग ऑल दोज एरिया, इवन योर वेस्ट बंगाल आल्सो. पूरा वो एरिया था ईस्टर्न यूपी से लेके आगे तक. but unfortunately that project didn't got approval, was not able to implement that. Otherwise, there was a plan to go for the establishing more and more seed hubs to make the quality seeds of recommended varieties available to the farmers locally, to establish the value chain to make this rapeseed mustard cultivation more and more sustainable. And there were several other things also, like capacity building, training, organizing demonstrations also. The huge program was there, 173 crores worth. So anyhow, but government is now trying through this mission,
हाँ सर।
this mission. So let us hope, because West Bengal is another actually important state as far as mustard cultivation is concerned.
सर और थोड़ा कुछ पूछना था, पूछ लेता हूँ सर।
ठीक।
सर बोल रहा था, जो आज भी जो हमारा भारत का बोलिए जो भी फार्मर है, अभी तक भी सर पूरा पॉपुलेशन का 10% ही ऑनलाइन है, 90% ऑफलाइन है। इसलिए जो हम लोगों का एक्सटेंशन एक्टिविटीज जो भी होता है, गवर्नमेंट से बोलिए, जिस भी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन से बोलिए, जो फार्मर इंटरनेशनल ग्रुप को फार्मर को ये करते हैं, ट्रेनिंग वेनिंग देते हैं, अवेयरनेस कराते हैं, तो इसमें सर एक बहुत गैप हो जा रहा है। क्यों हो रहा
नहीं,
है सर? क्योंकि
वो तो है, एक्चुअली वो है। और मतलब फार्मर्स बाई एंड लार्ज जो है ना, उनके पास बहुत सारा अभी उस तरह का फैसिलिटीज अवेलेबल नहीं है। और हम लोग कहते जरूर हैं कि फार्मर्स आर वेल इक्विप्ड विथ एंड्रॉइड फोन एंड, बट दिस इज वेरी एक्चुअली इट्स नॉट लाइक दैट कि एवरी फार्मर्स, आप सही कह रहे हैं कि वो रीच नहीं है हर फार्मर तक।
सर
दूसरा,
एक चीज, हाँ सर बोलिए।
एक लैंड होल्डिंग का भी बहुत बड़ा इशू है। छोटे छोटे
हाँ
किसान
सर,
हैं,
हाँ सर, मार्जिनल फार्मर्स। हाँ
तो वो भी, उनको भी बहुत ज्यादा जानकारी नहीं। इवन वहां भी और यहाँ भी अभी देखते हैं तो अभी गवर्नमेंट की, सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट की भी, स्टेट गवर्नमेंट की, अलग अलग स्टेट्स में बहुत सारी स्कीमें हैं जो फार्मर्स को टारगेट करके चल रही हैं। उनको उनका सोशल स्टेटस, उनका अपलिफ्टमेंट करने के लिए बनी हुई है, उनका प्रोडक्शन बढ़ाने। मैक्सिमम किसान को पता ही नहीं है उन स्कीमों का। एंड देयर आर द
ये सर।
फार्मर, लीडर फार्मर्स जिसको कहते हैं, दे आर द फार्मर्स हु आर टेकिंग एडवांटेज ऑफ एट ए टाइम 3 4 5 स्कीम दे आर टेकिंग। एंड
यस सर।
दैट इज देयर रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी। एक्चुअली हम लोग भी ट्रेनिंग में बुलाते हैं तो हम लोग ऐसे नहीं कि सबको ट्रेनिंग दे सकते हो, तो हम ये मान के
यस सर।
चलते हैं तो ये
हाँ
बीस
हाँ, जो
पच्चीस
प्रोग्रेसिव
किसान है,
फार्मर है।
दे आर आवर एम्बेसडर। लेकिन वो काम करते नहीं है एक्चुअली। माउथ टू माउथ पब्लिसिटी का, आप तो एक्सटेंशन के हैं अगर, तो ये माउथ टू माउथ पब्लिसिटी का बहुत बड़ा रोल है। एंड दैट इज नॉट हैपनिंग एक्चुअली इन दिस सोसाइटी। वो भी नहीं हो पा रहा है।
और एक चीज सर बोल रहा था, जो फार्मर के, मैं भी सर, हमारा भी खेती बाड़ी है थोड़ा बहुत, तो फार्मर तो सर कभी हाई प्राइस के लिए कभी नहीं बोलता है। फार्मर को चाहिए सर स्टेज वाइज प्रॉपर एडवाइजरी, कि उसको एक सपोर्ट मिले, सो कंपनी से हो या
नहीं,
गवर्नमेंट से हो।
एडवाइजरी चाहिए। और प्राइसेस के अलावा, प्राइस उतना इम्पोर्टेंट नहीं है, वैल्यू चेन का जो है ना, वो
हाँ यस
अगर
सर, यस सर।
होता है ना, तो फार्मर्स को मिल जाएगा उसका दाम, वही लोकल लेवल पे मिल जाएगा। ठीक है।
हाँ सर।
तो अगर एक्सट्रैक्शन की फैसिलिटी हो, थोड़ा मार्केट डेवलप किया, जैसे मैंने 2 एग्जांपल दिए सक्सेस स्टोरी
यस
का,
सर।
मालदा वालों का और
और एक
सरगाची ने,
असम का दिया सर। हम्म।
सरगाची का मैं भूल गया, रामकृष्ण मिशन का भी ब्रांडेड ऑयल मिल रहा है, ठीक है, उनके यहाँ से। ठीक है, FSSAI अप्रूव्ड है। और झारखंड में रांची वाले कर रहे हैं, मालदा से भी हो रहा है। तो फार्मर्स को मिल जाता है एक्चुअली। और आफ्टर दिस कोविड पेंडेमिक, एक क्लास है कंज्यूमर्स का, इज ऑल्दो इट्स अ वेरी स्मॉल एक्चुअली साइज, बट लुकिंग टू दी
हम्म।
increased whole population, it's substantially good number who are willing to pay any amount for the quality produce. सो मार्केट का भी बहुत ज्यादा प्रॉब्लम नहीं है, खास करके
यस
क्वांटिटी।
सर।
अगर फार्मर्स अपना कुछ सेल्फ हेल्प ग्रुप बना के, या कुछ FPO बना के उस तरह से, या FPC का, FPO का जो कंसेप्ट है गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया का, उस तरह से आते हैं, तो वो नॉट ओनली दे कैन फेस द गुड प्राइस, लेकिन वो इनपुट्स का भी जो है ना कास्ट रिड्यूस कर सकते हैं। जैसे मास में वो परचेजिंग करते हैं फर्टिलाइजर का
यस
या
सर।
और इनपुट का, तो वहां पे भी उनको फायदा मिल सकता है।
चलिए नेक्स्ट पार्टिसिपेंट्स प्लीज। यदि उनकी कोई क्वेरी है तो वो बात कर सकते हैं, 1-2 मिनट का और समय है। मैंने पहले ही बोला था कि लेक्चर में श्रीमान जी ने कोई गुंजाइश छोड़ी नहीं है जहां कोई व्यक्ति कोई क्रॉस क्वेश्चन कर सके। फिर भी एक प्रोटोकॉल है कि डाउट क्लियरिंग सेशन का एक 10 से 15 मिनट का हम रखते हैं। चलिए नंदिनी प्लीज।
Yes, sir.
Hello, sir.
I think there is a participant who is speaking.
Hello.
हाँ हाँ पूछ लीजिए, कोई पूछना चाहे पूछ सकते हैं। हाँ
Yeah. Sir, my question is that what is the role of boron in sunflower, as you have mentioned?
Actually,
Hello.
boron plays very important role in this seed setting actually. And many times in most of the cases where the soil is deficient in boron, so there we saw this problem that filling of grains, filling of pod is not proper, and particularly the upper portion of the pod. It remains empty sometimes, or 2-3 seeds are very less developed actually. And less developed seed because this mustard, we are taking it as oil seed crop. And if the seed development is not proper, then obviously oil is not there. So, and we did the experimentations in this, and we found that this is happening because of the boron deficiency only. So somehow it is playing role in this actually this sexual cycle and development of this embryo and all that, and development of proper filling of the seed. So we got this these recommendations by several years experimentation that 10 kg borax per hectare, it is going to fulfill the all this requirement of this. Because if you look in one plant, thousands of pots are there, and in 1 hectare how many lakhs plants are there, and see if in each pot 2 or 3 seeds are less developed or remains that portion empty, then how much loss you are going to bear by that. So that is the thing.
Thank you.
ठीक है नंदिनी।
Thank you so much, sir, for an enlightening session connecting all the things extension, breeding, pathology, and extension pathways to tangible farmers' outcomes and seed system strengthening. Your emphasis on coordinated networks, technology demonstration, and stress resilient varieties offer a clear roadmap for scaling impact across diverse production ecologies. On behalf of AgriMeet Foundation Bharat, I extend a warm gratitude to you and all the participants here. We express our heartfelt gratitude for your time, guidance, and commitment to national agriculture resilience. Thank you so much for making day 13 a memorable day. Thank you so much, sir. We are grateful for your presence.
Thank you, Nandini, and thank
बहुत
you to
बहुत
all.
धन्यवाद सर आपका कि मेरे आह्वान पर आपने अपनी इतनी व्यस्तता से हमें समय दिया, और
अरे
जो आपका एक्सपर्टीज है आपने उसको बताया, और आगे भी इस तरीके का आपका आशीर्वाद बना रहेगा, ऐसी मैं अपेक्षा करता हूँ।
बिल्कुल, you are doing very good efforts.
जी
So, and as I said, still there are 151
जी
watching
जी
this.
जी
Huh?
जी जी
So
सर,
it's
जी
a
सर,
great achievement also from the organizer side.
जी सर, जी
So
सर। आप
thank
ही
you.
लोगों के आशीर्वाद से सर शक्य हो पाता है ऐसा, अन्यथा की स्थिति में सर अकेले तो क्या ही कर सकते हैं।
नहीं, बढ़िया है, और बहुत बहुत आप लोगों को भी धन्यवाद, आपने अपॉर्चुनिटी दिया जस्ट
नहीं
टू।
सर, ये बड़प्पन है आपका कि सर आप क्रेडिट कभी नहीं लेते। जी
चलिए, ठीक है, ओके, थैंक यू,
ओके सर, जय श्री राम, गुड नाइट सर।
जय
जी
श्री
सर।
राम।